Good morning and welcome to June 3rd. Strawberries need about an inch of water per week throughout the growing season. Mulch plants with straw to conserve moisture. Yep, I guarantee strawberries are thirsty little things, but they do extremely well in baskets. I water this one in the morning and it is just fine. However, in another couple of weeks here, it is June, so in another couple of weeks I will need to put something in here, probably bark, to start conserving the moisture in this basket because it's a very small space and the sun gets very intense on this deck. So today isn't quite as filled with stuff to do. You can see I've already harvested a bunch of lovely summer savory. This is going to go on top of the fridge to dry for a few days, and then I will put it in a little plastic bag labeled Summer Savory 2023 and send it out to family and friends. I'll get a lot of summer savory this year. Hello little privets, how you doing? You look happy. Of course the spearmint looks happy. When does spearmint not look happy? The mini roses need some snipping here and there. And here are my no-no plants. My ivy and my little blackberry. And it is glorious out here today. It's a perfect temperature. It's bean day. Wax beans, whipple beans, pole beans. The neighbor's beans are already up, so now I know that the soil is the right temperature. I've been a little lax in actually measuring soil temperatures for the beans. Here's our grass, but we won't do that just yet, and that will be a separate video. Ah, that was beautiful. I do still have a generous amount of organic material like this. I'll just dig out a pocket and leave it on the bottom. Oh, big rock. I think I'll create two hills across here right in front of the peas, and that will give me plenty of room for all the bush beans. Well, you ever wonder where the saying, "I don't give a hill of beans," came about? This is it. Because beans are traditionally planted in hills. I'm doing hills because I have lots of rocks underneath this earth, and it means that it will stunt the plants if I don't give them enough space to grow their roots. So these hills are going to give my beans plenty of space for their roots. Let's get to planting. All right, I've got two types of bush beans here. I've got wax beans and I've got whipple beans. I'm going to do the whipple beans on the left and the wax beans on the right. I still have some left over, but that's okay because there are other places I can plant beans too. And it'll be nice to see if these whipple beans can do just as well somewhere else as they do in regular garden soil. Watch out, little butterfly. Watch out, little butterfly. This is much drier, but that's okay because I can always mulch it. No weeds. No weeds. Whoa! I almost got the sage. That would have been bad. All right, I'll need to remember to water well around here. Here's one of my little tricks to communicate with the sparrows. I've put a bunch of nesting material in this corner, and I'm hoping that when they come to retrieve it, they also notice the growing beans and will help to clean them of tasty and dangerous insects. Let's get planting. Alrighty. Down there. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to bother with a hill here because I know there is plenty of space underneath here, and the soil is definitely warm enough so I don't have to hill it for that reason. I think I'll put 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course, any that don't grow will be backed up by those who do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I noticed up here seems to be a pretty good place for vegetables. The zucchini did very nicely up here. I think I'll do a double. I'm gonna put a couple of I'm gonna put the rest of the whipples here, and then I'll put some wax beans right there. This junk out of the way. Two, 3, 1, 2, 2. I can always pluck out the beans that I don't want there. Ooh, what's this? Ah, a baby snail. A baby snail that didn't make it. Well, now baby snail is compost. Little bits of plastic. Wood, perfectly fine. Old plants, just fine. Ah, rocks, they're okay. All right, so I have 3 more little beans. Let's shove them down here. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now, I have 1 more type of bean to go, but I've got to do it against the fence. Oh, my decoration's back. Sorry for all the noise, guys, but Saturday is a good day to garden, especially when the sun is out and it's a very mild temperature. Here is where I'm going to put my pole beans. There we go, Kentucky Wonder pole beans. These were meant for 2021, but I'll bet you anything it'll still be good. Ooh, interesting bug. Can you see it? I'm gonna take a picture. All right, all the beans are planted. Yay! I'm gonna have so many beans. I love beans. Fantastic. Now, I can close this up and water. Ah, no! Come on, behave. Uh-oh, I'm missing a bungee. Ah, here it is. Keep the public in their cage over there. Here you go. Stretch. There. You know, these hooks do an awful good job too on the fencing. Oh, put this plastic away and throw it away. Now for the water. How about giving the corn just a little? Corn's thirsty. Uh-oh, forgot to put the rock back on the cardboard so it doesn't fly. Oh, well, that didn't work so well. That's okay. If I have enough cardboard, I'll put it there in the middle so that weeds don't bother me. Of course, when you're watering hills, be careful to keep the water moving. You don't want to cause the hills to collapse. Let it soak in before you water it again. And the peas won't mind getting an extra watering today. Neither will the chamomile, for that matter. All right, looks like I'm getting some puddling over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this off, and I'm going to come back in about a half an hour and do this again. And then I'll do it again and again until I'm sure that the soil has enough water. Okay, I am here in the garage because it's, one, it's really loud outside. And two, I have a problem with some of these cuttings. These are cuttings I did today. A lot of these cuttings are going to be just too big. So I'm going to chop them. Here is what I had yesterday, and it's been sitting out in the sunshine. It's dry, but it's not too dry. But it has the same problem. It's still too big. So, get to the chopper. I know. I just had to. I love this little KitchenAid. I have been using it and abusing it for many years. Let's see how this goes. This may not go as well as I want it to. I am packing it pretty tight. A little bit less. Oh. Oh. Yeah, put too much in there. Come on. Down you go. Okay. Let's see. How did it do? Oh, well, it's better. It's better. It's not great, but it's better. Let's try a handful of stringy bits, dandelions, flower stalks, weeds, a few leaves. I think I had more leaves yesterday. This, of course, is a lot wetter. Get in there. Oh, no. Down, down. All right. Oh, much better. Much better, yes. It's much easier when it's wet than when it's dry. I should have done this yesterday. Lesson learned. Now, I shall just keep on with this until I am done. It won't take me too long. What do you think? Well, it is not the first time that I have really wished for that compost chopper I have on my wish list. This poor old KitchenAid has pretty much come to the end of its useful working life. These blades are actually not very sharp anymore. This is what I started with. All these long, stringy trimmings. And this is what it looks like now. It's much shorter. A little wetter. Much shorter. Now, why does it matter that we have big pieces or whether we have little pieces? That's because oxygen is the enemy. It is much, much easier to compact small pieces than it is to compact big pieces. So, I anticipate that everywhere this is probably going to turn out to be better than where I put this. We'll try it in layers and see how it goes. I'm going to pull one last trick. It's a trick that a lot of people use around the world to try to get a better fermentation from poor quality silage, and that is molasses. Sugar helps fermentation. Now the closest I can get is brown sugar, which I'm told is perfectly acceptable even with a small amount like this, but I definitely don't need to add as much. This should be fine for this entire amount. I'll just sprinkle that in, mix it up, and it should help bring out a lot of the nutritious qualities of the silage. It actually smells pretty good.